Hey people, welcome to the channel, and it's Furful story time here at the Modern Survivalist channel. Stick around, I have something quite neat to share with you folks. So I got my son his first knife. 6 years old, maybe a little bit young, but bear with me, I'll explain myself here. It's my third kid, the third time I do this. Yeah, actually for my oldest son, I did it both for him and my nephew. We were on holidays and he was staying with us, and the moment was just right. I bought both of them the same Victorinox Explorer. I believe it's the model Explorer that I got for them, and I hope that's something they managed to keep and not lose for many years to come. So a few days ago, my youngest son was running around with this sword dagger thing that he made along with his brother, with his older brother, right? Yeah, it was mostly my older, my middle son, the one that helped him out with this. I was a little bit, that was a little bit too pointy, so we had to, take it back 20%. Thinking of Letterkenny here. Take it back to Sneaky Dan, take it back 20%. A little bit too pointy and too dangerous to run around with, something he could easily get stabbed with, but he was obviously into the knife thing. And when I took it away from him at first, he was like, "Dear God, why is my father so evil and cruel? Give me back my damn knife." That was going through his little 6-year-old head. That's one of the things. If you're a parent yourself, you may know this. If you have more than one kid, you probably know this even more, but it's not the same thing. Kids, they have different, all kids are different, levels of maturity are different. It also will depend if it's the kid in the middle or the youngest one or the oldest one. It's not always the same thing. But he was definitely upset that I got his knife stick away from him, modified the tips as to make it a tad less dangerous, and gave it back to him. He was pissed. And then a few days after that, we were out doing stuff, and my wife was buying something in a place that had a Victorinox display case. And among those knives, there was this beauty of a Spartan. Several knives. And he was looking at one of the smaller ones, green. And when he said, "I like the green one, Dad," it just reminded of my younger self, with my face glued to the glass of a display case and just wishing you could have one of those things you were seeing. He liked the green one, and I thought he meant this one. And I said, "Oh, that one?" He said, No, the smaller one." And I told him, "I like that one better." And he said, "Yeah, that's like a soldier's knife." Yeah, kind of. It's a Victorinox after all. It's a Spartan model, and it is the camouflage version, which makes it quite interesting. It's nice. But the moment he saw that, he was like, wow. Now, it is in our DNA. Boys are not girls. You will never see a girl with her face glued to a display case or anything like that, just wishing that you had a gun or a knife. That is male territory. That is that's the chromosome that makes the difference, right? And I saw him so fascinated by it that I told him, "You know what? You really want it? I'll buy it for you." I was like, "Really?" It was like, it's as if you had told him that you could walk on water or fucking fly. He was just, his little mind blew up the moment in which I told him I would buy this thing for him. And that's when you know. That's when you know that's what you're supposed to do, right? So I said, "Yeah, it's yours. I'll buy it for you right now." "Really?" "Yes." "Mom lets you?" "Yes, Mom lets me. Don't worry about that. It's gonna be fine." Yeah, it's sweet. Kids are like that. He thinks so. Yeah. My wife was looking at me like, yeah, you're gonna buy this 6-year-old knife, aren't you? And it was like, yeah, you know this is happening. There's really nothing you can do to all right. She has put up with so much over the years, but at this point, but she trusts me, right? She understands that I know what I'm doing. So yeah, it's yours. Mine alone? It's all mine, really? Yeah, bought it. And he was shocked. And I explained to him that I'm gonna be looking it after for him. I'll teach you how to use it, because if not, it can be dangerous. And he was super mature about it. 6-year-old little dude, very responsible so far. About he wants to check out his knife. He just walks by my office and lets me know, hey, how's my knife doing? It's something I'm hearing a lot these days. How's my knife? Can we look at it? Can we use it a little bit? Sure. Let's go. Can we cut something? Okay. You have to open it very carefully, not let go, because if not, it will snap. Cut your finger off. Okay, that kind of sucks. You open it like this, and then you fully open it. When you close it, you make sure you get to that point, and then you make sure you have nothing there, and then you close it like so. And all of these little things, it's not just about buying, it's about being a father. It's easy to buy stuff. Being a father involves a few other things. It involves being there. And this is a little bit like when your kids want to see a gun and you explain to them, look, whenever you want to see a gun, you just let me know. I'll let you handle anything you want at any moment. You just have to ask me. And they will ask you once, twice, 3 times. I think that by the time they've seen the thing 5 times, they're already bored about it. They're kids. The novelty is over, and they will just walk past it without even looking at it. But you also have to be there. You also have to explain to them how dangerous it is. You have to explain safety when handling knives, tools, pocket knives, and so on. This is what all of this involves. It's not just about buying stuff. It's about doing the rest that a lot of people don't quite understand. Anyway, this is my 6-year-old knife, his first knife. It's a Victorinox Spartan camouflage. I think that's quite cool that as ubiquitous and common as this Spartan is, first of all, it's a freaking Victorinox. This is super high quality, right? It's one of the most successful models from Victorinox ever made. Spartan model. This is good for a 6-year-old or for a 96-year-old. You will still have a very decent pocket with this thing in there. It will last, hopefully, his entire life. A long one, and the Victorinox will be there. I know this because I still have mine, and mine wasn't even new when I found it. So I have high hopes for that thing too. My blade is a lot more worn after so many years, still razor sharp, functional as the day it came out of its factory in Switzerland, but still very much here. And this will be too. In case you're not familiar with a Spartan model, you have a main blade, decent size, right? You have a smaller blade. You have flat screwdriver, bottle opener, wire stripper, a little bit of a prying tool there too. 90 degrees. And then you have your can opener and small flat screwdriver. Corkscrew, owl, or yeah, I think this is an owl, right? When it has the little hole there for sewing, so you can make holes in wood and so on. And you have, of course, the toothpick, punch or owl, right? Whatever it is that you're going to be using. Toothpick and tweezers. And my son was like, damn, that's, pulling out every little thing. For his 6-year-old mind he was just amazed. I think it's a great knife. Are there better options? Maybe, but this is the moment in which logic, reason has to give a little bit of way to the fantasy, the illusion, the dream of some little dude really liking something and wanting something very bad. Is there something to be said about how not safe this is? Yeah, sure. But you know what? There's also a greater degree of skill involved in using it, of responsibility, of understanding how much more fragile this is, how much more dangerous this is because it does not lock. So all of these things, and still, it is the most ubiquitous pocket knife ever. It is a freaking Victorinox. It's gonna be in the pocket of every scout, every camper ever, right? And I think that if he takes good care of it and doesn't lose it, it's gonna be with him for a very long time. And I mean, as long as you have this, you have a very decent tool, no matter how old or young you are. That's gonna be it, guys. I'll do a separate video on some more information regarding how you decide when the right moment is and which models I think make good first pocket knives or knives for our kids, given that I've done this 3 times already. Guys, see you on the next video. Take care.